What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction. Today's video is actually gonna be a little bit different because I am not gonna be reacting to the full game how I usually do. Not much substance there. Today we're just gonna look at this game. I'm gonna chop it up. I'm gonna pick out the moments where I feel like the Pacers lost this game. You know, they were up at like 18 at some point during the game and they actually sold the game. So today we're going to analyze how they sold the actual game. But before we get into it, the Pacers shot 50, almost 51% from the field and they still lost. That just goes to show how good Celtics are defensively. And they only shot 23% from the three. That's what lost them the game, to be honest, bro. Celtics shot 34% from the three and shot 47% from the field. Like everyone has been saying, a 20-point lead is basically only 10 points with the amount of three-point shooting there is now in the league. Celtics ultimately only won by 3 points, and it came down to a Drew Holiday layup and one, and Al Horford, man. This man went 7 for 12 from the three-point line, and these were timely threes, you know what I'm saying? And people talk about LeBron, but what about Al Horford? Jason Tatum had 36 points, Holiday had 14 points, not a good shooting night for him. Derek White only had 13 points on a night where Drew Holiday and Derek White only have 27 points combined. You gotta take the W there. Jaylen Brown, 24 points, not too shabby. And when I was watching the game, you know what I'm saying? This man TJ McConnell is actually valuable, bro. This man had 23 points off the bench. They should have started him instead of Ben Shepherd, who had 0 points. A starter had 0 points. Come on. But yeah, Siakam had 22 points. Turner had 22 points. Nemhard, that dude is cold, but you gotta score when it matters the most. And that dude turning the ball over at the end. We're gonna take a look at that. But without a further ado, let's get right into it. Just look at this play here. Tatum gets a line drive. No communication right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why are two people trying to guard Jason Tatum? And they low-key did this the whole game because they're leaving Al Horford open when his personnel is he can shoot. You know what I mean? If Kristaps Porzingis there, they would be guarding him. Why not guard Al Horford? It's not like he's a terrible shooter. He can actually shoot. Now Siakam only had 22 points. I thought he had more than that, but I guess when you're just making all these layups like that, it seemed like he made a lot of buckets, but he only had 22 points, which is kind of mid in today's NBA. The thing is, the Pacers are doing so good in the first half of the game, like I was saying. They just didn't score when it mattered in the second half. If they kept the same energy throughout the whole game, they would have been good. And they wouldn't be down 3-0, which they are now. Bro, and TJ McConnell always makes his first shot, and it's always in that same spot every game. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
It's a little longer to develop here.
Horford left open.
Again, Al Horford left open off of a pick.
Back to Nembhard. Nembhard, a little Euro step off the glass, banks it in. They lob it inside to Jackson, swatted away by Horford. Here's Brown running the floor and an easy two.
I mean, throughout watching the game, you already know that the game was never over because you're playing the Boston Celtics and you're not going to keep that lead because they always came back and scored on the other end. Sure, at times the drought was real, but they always kept it within punching distance. And Ben Shepherd, again, had 0 points. That's why they ultimately lost. How can you have 0 points as a starter having, how many minutes did this guy had? 26 minutes. Imagine if some of those minutes came to TJ McConnell, who I think should start, or Obi Toppin, who had more points than him in 23 minutes. Okay.
McConnell the drive. Sneaks around, nice fake, puts it up, puts it in.
You just can't be losing when TJ McConnell has 23 points off the bench. I'm sorry.
Turner turns, shoots, and gets the soft roll.
And that's where I think the Indiana Pacers lost. They don't hit their threes. It's okay when you're making these little 2-pointers, right? But if the other team is making 3, they're slowly decreasing the deficit. Okay? So you gotta hit some threes. If not hit more than them, hit as much as them so that when they make their threes, it offsets and your 2-pointers will actually increase the lead. This dude, Derek White, was literally ice cold the whole game. You have to win on those nights. Like, they turned up the defensive intensity too. Derek White had a couple of timely blocks. Just again, another wide open dunk, and somehow they blew the game. Like, you really have Xavier Tillman in the game, and you're letting them, like, come on now. Look at that. Another timely block from Derek White, man. How do you get blocked by someone who's 5 inches shorter than you, Miles Turner? You got to be one of the softest players on the league. 7-point game. It's a game now, fellas. Look at that. How do you let the same guy who shot his own shot get his own rebound to make a layup, man? That is just simple, no hustle. And the thing about the Pacers is, during the regular season, they were all offense, highest scoring offense, and they gave it the most points. And now it's showing these tendencies, you know what I mean? They can't out-hustle the other team. And when you have the Celtics on the other side, they are literally the most talented team in the NBA. You're not going to win based off skill. You're going to have to out-hustle them or do something that's going to impact the game. Another late contest. This man Al Horford was looking like prime Klay Thompson. Almost lost it right there. Again, another late contest, man. This is just a theme of the video. Late contest, bro. How you gonna be late on a contest for the best 3-point shooting team in the league? Another 2, by the way. I saw this live and I wanted to scream so bad, but the parents were sleeping. But goodness gracious, why was this not an ESPN? This is just one of the most nasty dunks this playoff. I'm sorry. Now that was the first 3 of the second half for the Pacers. Let that sink in. That was the first time you hit a 3 in the second half. How many freaking 3s did the Celtics make in the second half? Compare those two, and that's why you lost, Pacers. Look, second 3. All right, TJ McConnell, don't celebrate too quick because you have 3 minutes left. And when you're playing against the best 3-pointing team in the league, you could just lose that league just like this. But look, they're up 8 points with 3 minutes left. All right, we got to take a look at that defensive lapse. Holy moly. You got 3 on 2 basically right here. All right. You got Aaron Nesmith trying to pick up the ball. Come over here. Lazy contest. No closeout. Lets him blow right by. Drew Holiday could have had an easy layup right there. Decides not to take it. Now this is where the shifting's supposed to happen. Nesmith, get Jaylen Brown. No, but instead TJ McConnell gets there. So Nesmith, get Tatum. See? This is just simple basketball. Miscommunication. Rick Carlisle, I don't know why you still have a job because you've made so many questionable decisions in this series. So we'll see if you have a job after the season. Boom. Holy. That play right there, you just got to give Tatum credit. You know, he knew that 2 people were going to come with him because they were doing that all game. Hits the behind the back pass to Al Horford. Now, you can't even lie. That's just a beautiful play. He took 2, kicked it out to Al Horford, and he was hot. This man, Al Horford, was hot the whole game. So, it's in 2. Holiday. Hey, Holiday did not shoot well at all the whole game, but when it came to the 4th quarter, the last 5 minutes, they took the lead here, got the free throw. The questionable coach on the hot seat.
Comes Tatum, drives, goes inside, it's
Tatum
off.
misses a wild shot.
Nembhard has it.
Let's break it down.
Rick Carlisle says go. Nembhard drives into the paint.
And he
Nembhard
gets
going back.
stripped.
Siakam trying.
Rick Carlisle. Now there's two sides to this. You could have called a timeout, or you could not have called a timeout. But the thing is, calling a timeout will let the Celtics set up their defense. But would you rather have them set up their defense, or would you rather play with a young and inexperienced, first time being a point guard in the playoffs, lose the ball, and end up costing the game? Let's take a look at this turnover again. He pushed it up, right? His teammates aren't even, like, most of them are just getting past the half court line. But Aaron Nembhard decides to, hey, I'm the man of the show. I'm gonna go ahead and try to win this game for us. Which he was hot the whole game, but you have 5 seconds left. I would have tried to get something at the rim, but you're going against Drew motherfrickin' Holloway. Probably one of the best 1 through 5 defensive players in the damn league. You shook him, and look how quick he got up. Look how quick he recovered. Boom. You're 110 pounds. This man is 220 pounds. Boom. Weak. Hit the weight room, please, Andrew Nembhard.
Payton knocked away. It's
And that's where
Siakam trying to get him, and he fouled him with 1.1.
we see it with the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Mavericks series. Mavs came back because they just have that, those older guys who can basically turn it up when it matters. Same thing with the Celtics here.
Remaining.
Experience. Now the Pacers still had a chance to win it with 1.7 seconds left. Now I'm not even mad at this play right here because it was a little unique and it got a wide open shot. So you gotta give credit where credit is due. But let's take a look at this. It was like a football play, a crossing route almost. Neesmith wide open. And that's just, you don't want to lead the game up to one shot. Never, ever, ever. But it was a clean look. I was hoping Nembhard wasn't passing because he was hot the whole night. Doug McDermott, at best, he's a shooter. Shooters only need one shot, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was an absolute choke job for the Pacers. Honestly, they're going to have to go back to the film room. They're going to have to analyze this. And it's going to be tough for them to win in Game 4. They're going to come out with the same energy, the same power, but they're going to need to make their threes. They should start TJ McConnell over Ben Shepherd. All right. And they can't have 11 turnovers when the Celtics had 7 turnovers. And a turnover in the first half is not the same turnover in the second half. When it's the second half, it's crunch time. When the first half, you can live with it. All right. So hopefully Tyrese Halliburton is able to play in Game 4 to try to aid with this Game 4. But if not, I doubt the Pacers will even win in a close game in Game 4. If you guys enjoyed the reaction, be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, subscribe. New format, don't know how it's gonna go, but with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.